Today I'm out here with the Avata 2. For the past 6 weeks or so, I have been attempting some FPV through simulation, but that's really about it. Today is going to be the first day that I actually come out and try this in real life, and I'm going to take you along with me. Let's just take off from here, get a little feel for the wind and the weather, and leave it in normal mode for now. Just take a few laps here and there. Come over here down by the fountain, see how close I can get without getting it wet, hopefully. We are still in normal mode, so it ain't gonna be too difficult. But I'm just going to go ahead and start out with normal. I'm gonna switch to sport and switch it over, and then I'm gonna get it closer to the ground real quick, so that way, just in case I get it into manual and it falls on me, it's not gonna go too far. We'll get it over here, switched over to manual mode. Get those sticks right. All right, here we go. Oh, see, glad I got it close to the ground. So we're off on manual now. I do not have acro on, primarily because I don't think I'm quite ready for that yet. So right now it's just in manual without the acro. But again, just like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm so new at this, it's not even funny. So I want to try a few things. Oop, a little barrel roll there. Almost messed up, didn't I? Come back around, see how close I can get down to the ground. Come back up. This is very elementary, guys, I know. And some of you FPVers are going, yeah, you need more practice. And you're probably right. But let's try a little bit of a flip here. Get close to the ground and flip. Oh, see? And now I can't get it turned back over. So it looks like I'm gonna have to go and chase after this thing to get it turned back over, or restart it again and make sure nothing's broke on it. So there you go. There's a crash for you. Probably should spend more time in the simulation. But let me run back over there and grab this drone real quick, and we'll start up again. All right. Got the drone again. Everything looks okay. Nothing's broken. Starting the motors up, and let's take off and let's try this again and see if this goes any better. So again, we'll just start out, and let me get over by the grass. I think I'm gonna fly this a little bit closer to where I'm at, so I'm not having to chase it about a mile away to pick it up if I crash again. So we'll try it again. I'll switch it back over into manual mode, and we'll try it again here in just a second. Again, just trying to get a feel for it, make sure see how the weather is, the wind, stuff like that. And then I'll switch it on over in just a sec. I don't know, I still haven't quite learned how to start in manual mode and then take off. I usually crash it if I do that, so I'm finding it easier for myself to switch it into manual after the fact here. So that's why you guys see me take off in normal or sport, and then I'll switch it like I am right now. I'll switch it to manual, and then we'll take off and we'll try this again. So I'm gonna stay a little bit closer to where I'm at, so that way I don't have to chase it again. But do a few flips around here. Go over the little pond here, just go back and forth, trying to get the hang of this. This is a little different in real life than it is in simulation. I'll tell you that. So anybody who's trying to get into FPV, and I've spent a few hours in the simulator. However, at least with that last crash you just saw, obviously I'm not quite ready to come out here and do real FPV. As you can see, I I like to stay up in the air. I'm still not used to doing quick turns and stuff like that. And some people might say, well, that's what FPV is all about, and, making tight turns. And I'm just not quite there yet. But hopefully I get there soon. But again, if anybody who watches this is an FPVer and you've been doing it for a while and you got any tips on how I can get better with this, let me know. Go down to the comments, write a comment for me so I know. I'll definitely respond to you. But if you have any suggestions on how I can get better, let me know. I'm sure there's probably a lot of people out there who are going to just say, hours upon hours, is what I've spent in simulator. And that's okay. If that's what it takes, and, I'll try to get those hours in. But I'm finding that it's a little bit, see, still working out the kinks. But I'm finding that real life is a little bit different than on the simulator. I'm telling you that right off the bat. I don't know if anybody else has felt like that, if they've ever done FPV. And now this is with the Avata, the Avata 2. And I know there's other FPV drones out there. Do a little bit of flip there. I think I'm cool, I guess, when I do stuff like that. I'm like 100 feet up in the air, so pretty easy, I guess, to do it that way. Anyway, I know there's other FPV drones out there that probably will be a little more agile, a little quicker than the Avata 2. But I'll tell you, if you're just trying to get into FPVing, this is a good start because there's a lot of, oh no, oh. So there you go again. See, I'm sitting here talking and not paying attention. So let me go over here again and get this drone, and hopefully nothing's broke on it this time. So, as you just saw, I got a little bit more practice to do. The drone seems to be intact. However, if you look at that blade right there, that there is toast. I guess I will have to be replacing that. Well, it still runs. I'll replace the blade and we'll try again. Okay, got a fresh battery. Got the new prop on. Now you guys have seen how bad I am with FPV. What do you say we take this Avata and we do a distance test on it? And we'll find out how far this will go and whether or not I'm gonna have to drive to find the drone in another field somewhere, huh? Let's check it out. All right, let's get out of here and see how far this is gonna go. I've seen a few distance tests on the Avata 2 on YouTube from some other creators. And what I have seen is some of them are getting out to about 10,000, a little bit over 10,000 feet, I think I saw. And, of course they're in different areas, of the world. So I don't know if weather's going to have an impact on it or not. I know wind does, but right now I'm just up at about 3,500 feet there, and we're about 35 miles an hour. I am in sport mode, trying to get out as fast as I can to see if I can get out fast and come back and still make it without losing battery. Now this is my first distance test for the Avata 2. I have no idea if normal mode will change the effect on this test here. Does sport mode actually use up more battery? I don't know. Can I test it? Yes. Am I going to do it right now? No. But at least we're going to get in sport mode like you see there, and then we're going to go out and see how far I can get before either I lose about 50% of my battery or my signal gets lost on the way out. I know I kind of turned, a couple times there, and I'm going to turn right here real quick, trying to stay on the field and not really try to go over too many roads or where people are at. But getting to about 5,000 feet here and going strong. Maybe a bar here and there is being lost on the signal there, but it keeps coming back. 80% on the battery, not too bad. But yeah, so some of the tests that I've seen online, they're going out. I did see one person take theirs out, and on the way back, they actually lost it. They had to go find their drone out in the woods. So hopefully that doesn't happen here. As you can see, I don't have too many roads to go down to grab my drone if it actually falls out of the sky because the battery dies on me. But we'll keep on going. We're passing 8,000 feet now. I do know of DJI has a 13 kilometers range on this, and I know, of course, that a lot of things go into effect when it comes to that. So, but I also do know that the flight time on these are supposed to be like 23 minutes. I'm not sure if you're going to get 23 minutes, but again, I don't know if the normal versus the sport mode will go and take into effect with that. So I'm not sure. I'm at 70% on the battery. I am coming up to about 10,000 feet out. Not too bad. This is about where the last video I saw for the creator, he went out and he got to about right here before his drone's battery started getting too low. But it looks like I'm starting to lose signal. I'm going to turn around. I made it out to just a little bit under 10,500 feet, and my signal started dropping. As you can see, I don't have a lot of things in between me and the drone, so I'm not quite sure why it dropped like it did. I mean, I guess it could be interference, but as we come back, you'll see that there's really nothing in between. I mean, they're building a new housing area up here, as you can see, but nothing really that should drop that signal like that. I guess I could have went out a little bit further and just tried to see if it. I'm stopping right here. Actually, I'm going to put it in return to home and see if that changes like the battery. How fast the battery drains on it. So I'm going to bring it back in normal mode. Of course, when you do return to home, it's going to go back into normal mode and it's going to start coming back. But you noticed also that my speed went from like 35 miles an hour down to now it's only 25 miles an hour. But a little bit under 7,800 feet, and I still have 55% of my battery. So, I feel like I had a lot left on that battery. I could have went a little further, but I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'll be honest. I'm afraid to lose it out here because I do know if I lose signal, it's just going to return to home on by itself, just like the drones are meant to do. But I didn't want to chance that, so I just turned around. I guess I got a little spooked. But we're coming back now, 52%, just a little bit over 6,500 feet out. And we've gone down about 4% on the battery since I switched it into return to home. So now I'm going to put it back into sport at 50%, and I'm going to come back in the sport mode, at the 35 miles an hour is what I was getting, and let's see how far that's dropped. So when I was in normal mode, or I should say return to home mode, which changed it into normal, it dropped about 4 percentage points. As soon as I put this into sport mode, I'm already at 4 percentage points lost on the battery. So 5 now. So I'm going to, and that's going down quick. And there might be a little bit of a wind here, a little headwind going on. I don't know, but I can probably say that in sport mode you lose a lot more battery faster than in normal, just by that little tiny shift that you just saw between the normal and the sport mode. Because right now I've already lost 11% of the battery just as I changed it into sport mode. So maybe maybe if I would have put it into normal mode from the very beginning and ran it out, I wonder if I could have made it last a little bit longer. And but here's my thing, is that I was worried about the signal. As you saw, when I got to a little bit over 10,000 feet, my signal started dropping considerably. So, and I didn't want to lose my drone, as I mentioned before. But so we're at 32% sport mode. I have gone down to about 30 miles an hour. Getting back up to into the 35, 32 and a half right now. So there was a little bit of a headwind. So maybe that contributed to the battery dropping a little bit. We're at 29%, not too bad. We're obviously going to make it. I probably could have pushed this a little bit further, to be honest with you, but I didn't want to chance it. And I'm just going to bring it back and return to home mode from here and just let it land on its own since it's come back. But yeah, so not too bad. 10,400 and some change on the feet, on the distance. And we're just going to go ahead and let it land on its own and see, what it does. But not too bad of a test. I guess I could have changed a few things up to make sure it was a proper test, but maybe I could do that again. And we'll just let it land here at 23% on the battery. And we have landed 22%. So, what did you think? According to DJI, we're supposed to be getting 13 kilometers. It didn't even get close before you saw that I started to lose signal with my RC and goggles. But 11,000 feet, a couple miles away, not too bad, I guess. There was a lot of different things that I could have done differently to make it a better test, I guess you could say. But nonetheless, we got it back with, I believe, about 27% left on the battery. I didn't want to go any further on it, and that's primarily because I didn't want to lose it. I've already crashed it twice today, as you saw just a little bit ago, and I didn't want to push it too far because, as you saw, we were going over some farm fields, and lack of road would have made it very difficult for me to go and get it again. But nonetheless, I wanted to show you a little bit about what I've been trying to do with the FPV, which again, I probably need to go ahead and get back on that simulator for about 10 or 20,000 more hours to try to test that out, because I don't know how many more times this thing has got to crash in on it before I completely break it. So, or as you see behind me, before it crashes into water and I completely lose it. So there it is, DJI Avata 2. That's a wrap for today, folks. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep up with more open boxings, tutorials, and test videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Oh, and don't forget to tap the bell icon so you'll be the first to know when a new video drops. Also, if you have any comments or video requests, drop them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.